Benvenuti e bentornati, I am Andrea and I'm traveling up Italy from south to north following a thread of organic agriculture project and a geological boundary between Europe and Africa. I discover cool communities and geological beauties and share my experiences with you guys. I see many people around me looking for a reconnection with the natural world and find meaning in the work and move towards self-sufficiency. And many go to exotic places, but can you actually do this in your own country? Well, this is what Silvia and Toti actually did. So after moving to Costa Rica and Tenerife, they were looking for a place that was warm enough, wild enough, with chances for regeneration. And they found this in Abruzzo, or as they will say, the place found them. So I went to visit them at Terramore. Silvia and Toti are really wise, loving people, and I think that they really embody what they stand for. That is reconnecting people with themselves, with each other, and with the earth. They offer their land as a kind of hub to connect friends, volunteers, and other organizations. They organize events, courses, workshops, concerts, and they also offer mindfulness and yoga trainings. If you walk on the land, you can see swales and water ponds. These are ways to let water infiltrate and to enhance biodiversity. There is a beautiful veggie garden, olive trees, a lot of them, and in between different areas with herbs and trees. And other trees are still small, like 3 or 4 years old, but in a couple of years this will become a beautiful food forest. What was really valuable for me to experience is the spirit of co-creation and open space. So this is the right time, these are the right people, and everyone can contribute. And this was done, for example, with sharing circles in the morning to check in with each other, and that sets a space for working nicely together. We used this co-creation to create a whole series of workshops in a weekend. We didn't know each other, there was no plan, but everyone was involved with decision making and in creating the workshops. And at the end it was fantastic. Open space is something I'm working on. It's a good exercise for me to feel the freedom and also the self-worth to just be there and do what I like, and trusting that it's good and that the rest of the world can live with it. That can be telling a story of setting up a plan or just playing my guitar and wait for something to happen, everyone to join.
Il suono del mare che si muove sempre, riflette il sole. Noi illuminiamo tutto quel che è. Noi illuminiamo tutto quel che è.
Welcome to the second part of a video blog about geology. And today it is very much about the water and spirituality. So we woke up every morning at 6:30 and the first activity was to give water to the plants. Much of this water is using a well from groundwater, and this well was digged like 4 months ago. The place where to dig the well was chosen by Rabdomante, with his metal rods that can follow either energy lines of auras or water. And my mind got really on. With my scientific background, but also my judgmental mind, like, hey, is this true? I don't believe this. And at the same time, I saw how much appreciation and gratitude people felt for this well, for the water. Now they have plenty of water for all the trees and veggies. And that got me thinking, like, first, how would I do it? To find water, if it wasn't me? And could I also bring so much happiness just using scientific methods without any spirituality? And of course I went to research. I will first start from the bigger picture. If you look at the valleys of this area, you can see gentle slope on the lowest part and steep slope on the top. And this is due to the different rocks outcropping in the area. Clays are more erodible, usually gentle slope, they outcrop in the lowest part, whereas in the top part you have harder layers of limestone and sandstone. These rocks were formed by sediments that were deposited in the sea during the Miocene. And after that, due to the collision of Europe and Africa, these rocks were folded and folded, uplifted, and then the rivers incised and created these valleys. Now we go back to the groundwater. In Terra Mora you can find a lot of clays, and clays allow very little movement of water, in contrast to sandstone and limestone. So how come we can tap a lot of groundwater from the well? And my guess is that the well, 20 meters deep, was actually dig into one of these thin layers. So by looking around at the rocks and at the landscape, I could give a certain indication of a chance to find such a layer. Could I tell the precise occurrence and its depth? Well, not really. And I guess that the only way to really know how much water can you tap and how deep it is to actually dig a well. Where to do it in Terra Mora, this will be pretty random to me now. And I will say just dig it in a place where it's handy to give water to the veggies and to the trees. Now I will also add a ceremony before the digging, during and when finding the water, and make a beautiful party, a beautiful moment together to celebrate it. We go back now to the mystery of the pyramids of Sant'Agata dei Goti. Thanks for sharing the answers to all of you who did. And well, by looking around in the field, on the topographic map and on the geological map, I'm pretty confident that this is a geological landform that is called flat iron. And they typically form when there is an alternation of a strong, resistant layer and a weak layers. These layers were tilted by tectonics, and then the river network eroded by the weak layers more than the hard layers, creating this kind of triangle or pyramidal shape. We now move to the second mystery. In this picture you can see a very surprised me at the base of a canyon in the Maiella Massif in Abruzzo. Beautiful mountains with limestone layers, and this canyon is dry. So the question for you is, why is this canyon dry? Answer A, this is not a canyon. Answer B, well, it's summer, so there is no water. Answer C, all the water flows in the subsurface. Or answer D, all the water is used by a nearby factory. What do you think? Bellissimi e bellissime we have right at the end of this video blog. Thanks for watching. Do you have any questions about my trip or about the projects, about agriculture or about geology? Let me know and I will answer you. Next time I'll share my stories on Gran Sasso, Umbria and Toscana. Un abbraccio e a presto. Ciao!